To all who come to this happy place, welcome to Lilo and Stitches. I am your singular host today, Jennifer. And the reason I'm hosting this alone is because this is not really a two-man job. This is my pin board, my Happy Memories board. And it is about 98% Disney, but it is not 100% Disney because there are pins on here from other things. But I wanted to show you guys my pins because I've had a couple people ask about my pins. And I'm really proud of them. And I've been collecting them a long time. And so let's get started. We're going to start up in this top corner. I'm going to zoom you in. This is our first trip ever to any Disney park. And it was Disneyland in California. And it was in, I don't remember what year. It was about 14 years ago. And we made the mistake of going on New Year's Day. And the parks were insane, and we did not prepare at all whatsoever. And we kind of got stuck in Toontown and just walked around Toontown most of the day. However, it was a very magical trip. My daughter was about 1.5 at the time, and she had her first cotton candy ever there, and she had her first premium Mickey bar, which is the Mickey shaped ice cream there. And our first hint at magic was sitting and waiting for the parade, and she was absolutely covered in chocolate, and we were not prepared. We were pretty young, and so we didn't have like anything to wipe her off, and a cast member came by with a wet towel and actually cleaned her up for us because she said Mickey didn't want to see all that chocolate, or she didn't want to see Mickey with all that chocolate on her face. So yeah. And then moving along, this is a much newer pin. This was when our son had his first visit to Walt Disney World. He was about 8 months old. A lot of people ask, what is too young to take to Disney World? Why would you take your kids to Disney World when they're babies? They're not going to remember it. Yeah, the babies may not remember it, but I sure have really great memories of my kids being babies and the interactions and the way they react to the lights and the characters and all that good stuff. To me, it was very well worth it. And then we move on to 2008. This was the first year that we went to Walt Disney World in Florida. So Disneyland is in California and Walt Disney World is in Florida. And we went for the Halloween party. See this cool pin? It moves. And at Halloween at Disney, under normal circumstances, you are allowed to trick or treat. And it doesn't matter how old you are or if you have a costume, and you are allowed to wear costumes at Halloween at Disney World. And yeah, and they encourage people of all ages to trick or treat. So, and then 2009 is probably the year we really got hooked. And we went at Christmas time, as you can see there. And we actually ended up there on Walt Disney's birthday, which is December 5th, in case you wanted to know that. But we didn't know that beforehand. And see, these are the years. 2015, 17, 18. You can see we really like going at Christmas time. 2019. And this one actually flips over. And the old lady, when she turns herself into the old ladies on the other side. 2019. I have the 30th anniversary of the Disney store here. This is this year. This is before the entire world closed down at the Flower and Garden Festival. This was actually sent to me by one of you lovely subscribers. Amy sent that to me. She actually sent it to me to my other channel, Cinnamon Stitches, which is really cool. So that one's from Amy. I actually looked at this one while we were in the park, and my daughter pointed it out to me, and it was around the time we were here for the Flower and Garden Festival. And I didn't get it because I got this one instead. And so I was like so super excited to see that in the mail. And then this is this year's Halloween pins. So we have lots from 2020. These, the ones that feature like Walt Disney or classic Disney park stuff, like are really special to me. And those are my favorite pins. And then up here we have some of the resorts that we have stayed at. Pop Century is the first resort on Disney property we ever stayed at. Port Orleans is the first moderate resort we ever stayed at. So the way hotels work on Disney property is they are lower end or less priced smaller rooms are like Pop Century, and then they go up to, and these are called value resorts, and then they go up to moderate resorts like Port Orleans, a little more fancier, and then they have like the Princess Suites. So it's a very special room, and maybe we'll do an episode on that one time and I can show you guys. And then we bought into the Disney Vacation Club last year, and our first stay at any Disney resort fancy pants hotel, which is called the, what are the fancy hotels called? The deluxe hotels, the more expensive, or the vacation club. The first time we used our vacation club points was at Saratoga Springs, and I absolutely fell in love with this resort. I was gonna call you Mr. Cinnamon. Chris, he's Chris on this channel. He's Mr. Cinnamon on the other channel. He didn't like the hotel as much as me and my daughter did, but it was a very cool hotel. And so I kind of went crazy with the vacation club pins, because our home resort that we bought the vacation club, which is like a timeshare, was out of Animal Kingdom Lodge. So I kind of went crazy with the vacation club pins once we bought in, because I was super excited. And then this year we got to stay at the Polynesian Village, which I have always dreamt of staying there. It's been a dream since I first went to Disney World. And then we have, like I said, the classic. This spins with fireworks. The classic, iconic monorail. I really love I get a lot of pins that open up and have special magic inside. Ooh, apparently I'm picking up dust. So that is Walt and Mickey. And then a lot of people don't know, I absolutely love Donald Duck. He is my third favorite character in life, just behind Mickey and Stitch. So, Remember Me, that's from Coco. Which, in case you didn't know, Coco is my family. They are the Riveras. And then this one is kind of cool. It says, what in the world are we going to do today? And this one, let me see if I can set this down. This spins too, so it says Animal Kingdom. It's hard to show it on the board because it's tight, but it spin. Apparently I needed to dust this before I showed it, because there's dust all over my hands. I'll come down here. Got my Mickey Mouse. I got this one for Valentine's Day this year from Chris. It was a special edition pin. I really love the Valentine's Day one. This one here says I love you, but then it also switches to you love me. So it's one of those movable pins. This is Chris's pin from when he went and got his lightsaber at, was it Savi's workshop? And these are just the cheapy little pins that you get in a mystery box. No big deal. And then we have my Star Wars. And then my one and only Universal Studios pin, because you guys know I'm not a big fan of Universal Studios. Just because there's not a lot for me to do there, because of the rides are all virtual reality type rides, or virtual whatever you call it, and that messes with my vertigo. But also it's not very fat friendly. But my kids and Chris likes Universal. Up, one of the best movies ever. Aladdin. Wall-E. I love this one so much. It's Stitch / Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. I love Yoda. I loved Yoda before Baby Yoda was popular. And this is Little Man. This is Little Man all the way. So cute, but a lot of trouble. And then all my Stitchy pins. I love my Stitch pins. Some of these I got off the internet. Like, you can buy pins off of eBay, but you gotta be careful, because a lot of times they're from China and they're not actual Disney pins. And then over here we have Snoopy. And the reason we have Snoopy is because we live close to a park called King's Dominion. And King's Dominion is owned by Cedar Fair. And Cedar Fair has peanuts in their park. And then up here is just some of my travel pins that I've gotten from travel. And this is a pin I got when my cat died. So she's on my board. And then down here, these are kind of cool because these are button pins that you can get for free at the Walt Disney World parks. And if you're having a birthday, you just tell a cast member at guest services or at your resort, and they give you this pin for free if it's your birthday or if it's your first visit or if you're celebrating an anniversary or whatever you're celebrating. Universal does it too, but their pins aren't like they have this.
So they don't have the anniversary one anymore?
Disney doesn't have the anniversary anymore?
Just do celebrating.
Oh, well. And then like they'll put on here, they'll put your name. Like here, they'll put your name, or they'll put, like, for me, I'm 41. They'll put 41 years instead of 41 years. Or for anniversary, like for me and Chris's anniversary, they would put 20 years or whatever year we're celebrating. And then down here, we just have just a couple of little odds and end pins that we got. These are from Hot Topic. I don't remember where I got that one from. And this one we found on the ground at Epcot. So, oh, and I forgot this one. This one's kind of new too. I got this one at the same time I got this cool banner. This banner and this pin set, and it came with a bumper sticker I actually got at the Character Warehouse, which is like Disney's clearance/discount center. So there goes my pin board, guys. I hope I didn't bore you by showing you all of those. Each one of these pins has a different meaning to me, a different memory behind it. For example, the Aladdin. The reason I like Aladdin is because when I met Chris, this is kind of cute story. We'll zoom in. When I met Chris, I had never been anywhere. The only place outside of Michigan I had been was Canada and Chicago. And Chicago was about a 5-hour drive from Detroit. And then Canada is about 20 minutes away. But I had been to Niagara Falls when I was very, very, very little. But when Chris came along, he kind of said, I can show you the world. And we've been to 45 of the United States, I think. Something like that. Maybe it might be less than that, but it's somewhere around 45. We've seen 45-ish of the 50 states. So that's why I love Aladdin, because, you know, I relate that to us. And then, of course, like Carl and Ellie, they always wanted to travel and couldn't, but also like there's so much of that story that I just relate to. And who doesn't love Genie? And of course I gotta have all my Stitches. Gotta have. And my Mickeys. These two are like some of my favorites. So, alright guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.